Question: how can we grow better and be human? Answer: growing with nature is far easier and lasting than anything else. Simply because working in fields and farms is now recognized as a farm laborer's work, so the rich and even not so rich do not like to work in fields. They detest it and feel that it is below their dignified self and personality. They don't realize what wealth they are losing by keeping themselves away from physical labor. It is the work of a laborer when you are paid wages. How can it be a laborer's work when in place of working one is paying the wages? Such thinking is negative thinking. Think of fields to be the gym. Think of the plants to be your children. You are not working for your livelihood. You are spending both your money and time to foster the plants with care, to prepare the land for the utmost fertility, and sowing the seeds or planting the saplings for beautiful living pictures that you can see growing, moving, maturing, and bearing flowers and fruits. How tender they are, how carefully you have to move and work, how beautiful they appear after irrigation or after rain bath. To be with them is pure pleasure. You can't imagine the pleasure that you get when a tiny sapling that you planted a few months ago is bearing a 10 to 12-inch wide dahlia or sunflower or white lily or narcissus, nargis or sudarshan, and on a very hard wood, that of tiny rose, yuvati, little shami, or medium height, harshingar, or tall champa or molshri, come nice flowers, fragrant and enchanting. Smell a single flower from them and you will get bliss. If you planted them when we are in the lap of nature, clock time loses its significance. When we are in the lap of nature, we learn giving everything to others without any discrimination of close relative or complete stranger. Belonging to the same community or of some other religion or country, we see sun providing light and warmth irrespective of the fact who benefits from that. All others follow the same suit or system. Clouds, rivers, fountains, mountains, forests, trees, plants, herbs, they all provide whatever they can and give them to all. Thank you, Carla Crawford. Peace be upon you. They demand nothing in return. The soil nurtures the seeds, the fruits mature, the flowers spread fragrance, the bees hum, the birds chirp, the animals lick their young ones, and everything is done without a demand or hope for return. But no, it is not the whole truth. God has given man the power to protect, save, and help them to nourish. That is the return that nature at large expects from those who use the wealth. But no, man has been declared to be the owner. He owns the natural resources and can destroy them at will. Along with the creative and protective energy and power, one gets the negative and destructive power. Man has freed himself from the former and is using the latter thoughtlessly and without control. Each one is following the negative approach of the other on the pretext that all are doing the same. Almost all are destroying and polluting. Consumption is very easy. It takes a lot of resistance and willpower to save. To cut a tree is easier, but to plant one and to protect it takes time and asks for patience. Patience is the one thing that modern man lacks. He is impatiently doing everything, often without rhyme or reason. Now there are no forests and trees left. The natural habitat of every non-human living being has been captured, pitched, plastered, or marbled by man to stop the procreation of birds and animals. He is eating them away fast. There is no place left where he can listen to chirping birds or witness the copulation of snakes. Man can survive with others. Man can never survive without trees or animals, water or air. Everyone will have to plan schedules for living with nature and working in fields. Otherwise, everything will be lost, including the herbal plants, the medicinal fruits, and curative barks. Man can never remain healthy under artificial light or in closed rooms with air conditioners. Not only physical, but also mental disorders are growing at jet speed. And because of losing control over the self, man is committing either murders or suicides. Economic or ethical crimes can't be calculated in the present era. The natural human, blissful, and divine feelings generated in the lap of nature creates an urge to be like them. Learn sacrifice and work without attachment. Be human and protect them as one is emotionally attached to them all. We must get wisdom and detached love from nature for our benefit and that of all others. There is nothing new in the above statement. From time immemorial, man has been living in close contact with nature and has been drawing general human and spiritual inspiration from it. We must restore the good and healthy ways of living for health, happiness, and bliss on the one side, and for survival on the other. By saving nature and living in her lap, we can grow better, and by saving natural wealth and other sentient and non sentient beings, we can be human and claim the same. Question: will these things free us from tension and stress? Answer: these things will uproot all the causes of stress and tension. The person moving on that path with determination and dedication will never feel tension and stress. He will take everything in a positive manner. He will take the problems as the part of duty of everyday ritual. We have to work and the work makes us tired. It is but natural. These are not the causes of tension. Challenges and obstacles are there and must be there because there are different forces at work and each force has to accomplish something. It is natural that tempests will blow things, floods will destroy crops, and jealousy will create enmity. Such men live a normal and natural life, maintain balance, and keep the emotions and passions under control. The desires, particularly the desires of luxurious living and the ego to command others, and resultant failure in that, leads to tension. It is limited to artificial living. In plain and natural living, there is no tension and stress. Hello, Senpai, peace be upon you. Question: what should we do to be free from tensions and stress? Answer: the cause is that we are living an artificial life in artificial light and milieu, far away from nature, natural air, and normal temperature. When the temperature is high, we artificially reduce it to be cool and fail to know and adapt our body and mind to intense heat. We are weakened. When the temperature is low, we increase it artificially to feel at ease, and in the process, we fail to adapt to intense cold. We are weakened. As a result, at simple instigation, opposition, or failure, we feel tension and stress. It is the weakness of mind and lack of inner strength. The panacea is: don't give importance to stress, attachments, and tensions. They must be there in the form of challenges to bring the best out of a person. When the going is good, it is all right, but the metal is tested and shines when the problems arise and obstacles raise their heads from all sides or different sides. The more the utensils are washed, the greater shining the object they project. The greater problems one has faced, he or she has acquired better skill and more experience. Remain busy, work hard, don't waste time. If you have no work, help others, enjoy the tough going, and be friendly with strong opposition in order to weaken it. Your weakness is others' strength. Show no weakness and turn others' weaknesses into your strength, and be free from tensions and stress. If some opportunities are gone, be sure that there is no dearth of opportunities and other doors are opened. If one person has deceived you, then it is not the end of your life. Many other things are to be achieved, other duties are to be performed, and there are other persons to extend helping hands. Don't deceive, you won't be deceived. Don't close the doors of opportunities. There are opportunities waiting for you. Don't create problems and tension for others. Smoothen the ways. You will always get smooth sailing. Face no tension and feel no stress. Inner strength and inner purity is the formula to kill stress. Wipe out tensions and stop them from taking a form or shape. Make them your strength to boost up your mental agility and intellectual power. Section 2. Upasana Worship. Upasana Purva. Prerequisites. Question. What is worship? Answer. Worshipping is upasana, revering or adoring and giving a position of honor. Worshipping is the adoration or divine honors paid to the god or gods. It is a religious service greater or higher than profound admiration and affection. Worshipping must be done only to him who is worthy or capable of being worshipped. Question. What is preferred in worshipping? Answer. Three things are preferred most in worshipping. Number 1. Sanyam, to follow it in a disciplined way. 2. Deva Aradan, worshipping itself. And number 3. Jagarukta, consciousness, to be conscious towards the things that are to be performed and being performed. One should not worship with an absent mind or subconscious mind. In that way, one gets immense mental peace. Question. Is fasting necessary in worshipping? Answer. Fasting has its own importance and benefits. In Indian tradition, worshipping is done in 3 ways: without fasting, in complete fasting, and after taking controlled diet once. Question. How many kinds of worshipping are there? Answer. Worshipping is divided in 2 ways. The first way divides it in 3 kinds. Number 1, Kayika. When one abstains from all types of violence, it is called Kayika worship. Number 2, Vachik. Vachika. When one abstains from bitterness, rumor, scandalous words, etc., and takes a vow to speak the truth in a controlled way, sweetly and for the benefit of others, it is known as Vachik or Vashika worship. Number 3, Manasika, Manasik. When one abstains from Kam, Krodh, Mada, Moh, Lobh, Dvesh, it is called Mansik worship. The other way also divides worship in 3 kinds. Number 1, Nitya. The worship that is performed daily as duty with dedication is called Nitya worship. Number 2, Naimitika. The worships performed with some particular aim and intentions are called Naimitika worship. Number 3, Kamya. The worships performed for the fulfillment of some special wish or desires are called Kamya worship. Question. What is the difference between worshipping and spiritual practice? Answer. Worshipping is giving honor, adoring, or showing reverence to gods and goddesses. Almost all the sane persons do it, including the children that have least knowledge about them. Spirituality is the realization of the self and the Brahman inside. It is the inner search, particularly that of the truth. Spirituality is the principle of thought and effort and way to feel and see the spirit within. The soul, disembodied soul, and incorporeal body, the bodiless body, and the outer universe. It is desired by many, but performed only by a few devotees and seekers. What purpose do worshipping and spirituality serve? Answer. On the outset, it seems that both serve different purposes. Worshipping shows and deepens the faith, gives confidence, hope, security, and fearlessness, while spirituality gives knowledge, deep insight into almost everything, including actions and reactions, revealing or unveiling the truth. In the procedure and gain, both seem to be different, but at the end, both rather all sorts of such practices serve only one purpose: enrichment of the self, endow with deep devotion and immense faith and love towards God and all others, both human and non-human. Question. Who is God? How is he? Answer. God is all is God, all create all concrete forms and all subtle forms, the animate and inanimate are God. God is in all are forms and representations of God. Naturally, he is everywhere, and since we have no such perception, he is nowhere. That is why spirituality is essential. We can look within to see him. Looking out is very easy. Looking within is not so easy. Spirituality gives the power to look inside the self and all other selves. Only then the realization dawns that there is God in everyone and everything. God is in all forms. All forms are God's forms. He is everywhere in different forms. One can imagine a form, any form, and it is God. For this basic reason, God is said to have no gender at all. One can feel God as a masculine or feminine or neutral entity. God is like you, like me, like him, like her, like trees, like stones. God is always there in most micro forms or most magnificent forms. If there is God, then why don't we see him? Answer. God is not a single object. God is all and pervades all. We could have seen him had he we could have seen him had he been a single object. We are unable to see him because of his multiple forms, or rather, infinite forms. Why is God said to be illusion? Answer. Because out of his infinite forms we are unable to fix one form of God. Because of his presence everywhere, we are unable to visualize how can he be present here? How can he be present here, there, and everywhere? Because of bizarre things that we find, we are unable to understand why God does such things. And because we fail to find a clear vision of God, things, happenings, and ever-changing meaning of all that is happening, so God is said to be illusion. God is all. God is in all. God is everything and in everything and everywhere at the same time and at all times. It is difficult to see and digest these ever-changing facets. So doubt comes and we feel that God is an illusion. If God is this, then how can God be that and those? That is, and a few more such things, are the reasons that the rishis, the wise men and seers of the most primitive period, expounded established and proved that God is illusion, Maya, and God does all the things with his Maya Shakti. Human knowledge is very limited. We are unable to see and know even 0.1% of the whole. We try to reason out all with that limited knowledge, particularly the unity in diverse creations of living and non-living beings. Our enormous knowledge is like a point in the face of totality. Our enormous knowledge is like a point in the face of totality of existence and probable infinite knowledge. So everything is illusion, and the greatest illusion is our knowledge. Question: how can we analyze God? Answer: it's a matter of faith. Don't analyze God even if you have a good analytical mind. Synthesize God even if you don't have a synthesizing heart. God is not in analysis. We can't know him through dissection and analysis. We can feel him with synthesis. It is better to have an analytical mind, but it is essential to have a synthesizing heart, for God is all analysis and all synthesis. The body, like the world or the sky or the universe, is a unit, a complete and whole unit, not because of analysis or separatedness, but because of synthesis, interconnectedness, and interdependence. Analysis separates and reduces. Synthesis helps in growth. It adds up to, or may add up to, infinity. Synthesize your system. Make them work in unison, and you would be healthy and happy. Synthesize all that you see and know. Try to see an undercurrent pattern in them. Only then can you feel God and his warmth, presence with hope, and his warm presence with hope, faith, and devotion to get both knowledge and bliss. That's all for today, guys. Peace be upon you.